Okay. Hold on, DJ. Okay. You're going to have everybody thinking that this is not a sports show. All right, let's do this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of All Scoring, No Defense. Let's get into it. All right, now this story broke yesterday, and I thought this was very interesting. So yesterday, former Jets QB Josh McCown came out and spoke on the Jets QB situation and said this. Sam Darnold would embrace it, and it would be helpful, but he'll also go out there and work hard and try to make the most of the opportunity to play this year and make the starting QB position a tough decision to make for Jets ownership. Now, the New York Football Jets have the number 2 pick in this year's draft, and according to my sources, they would like to draft BYU's prospect Zach Wilson. So with that being said, the Jets are just doing what the Jets should do. And as ownership, you should go out and listen and entertain offers for Sam Darnold. But with the Jets doing that, you kind of dry up the pool for Sam Darnold, because this just shows you how fast things in the NFL can change, especially during free agency. Now, you guys remember a couple months ago, everybody and their mama wanted Sam Darnold. Now, not too many people or not too many teams want Sam Darnold, primarily because the teams that wanted Sam Darnold at the beginning of free agency have already found their quarterback. Let me give you an example of that. With Washington, they signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't know why. Chicago, they signed Andy Dalton. The Rams, they traded for Matthew Stafford, and the Lions traded for Jared Goff. And same thing with Carson Wentz. He got traded to the Colts. So now there aren't too many teams interested in Sam Darnold. But one team I will add that should be interested in Sam Darnold is the Pittsburgh Steelers, because that would be real interesting. Now that Big Ben is kind of, he's on his last leg, and then you go get Sam Darnold, who can kind of, run the franchise. But that's neither here nor there. Now, today's episode is, what should the Jets do with Sam Darnold? And I'm going to answer that question. Now, I'm the GM of the Jets for a day, and this is what I'll do. Now, you guys know I'm not just going to tell you guys out of random. Producers, I need some suspense. All right, give me some suspense real quick. Okay, now, Tyus, you are the owner of the Jets. You have the number 2 pick. What should you do? Here's what I'd do. I would keep Sam Darnold and trade the number 2 pick. Huh? What? Did you say that? Did you say that correctly? Are you right? Yes, I said that correctly, and I do mean what I said. Here's why I would keep Sam Darnold and trade that number 2 pick. 1, Sam Darnold is only 23 years old, so he has room to develop as a quarterback. He has tons of time too. Now, here's where the Jets have to come in and help this dude. When you look at the young QBs in the NFL, the young stars at quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, they have someone to throw the ball to. Sam Darnold has no one. Like, let's be honest. The Jets have been lacking talent at the wide receiver position for years. Like, honestly, when was the last time they had a receiver catch for over 1,000 yards? You know how long it's been? Now, another thing, myself, I do this too. We like to criticize these players too early into their careers. Now I know Sam Darnold hasn't had the best starting job in the NFL, but he's not the only one. There have been a lot of quarterbacks who struggled their first couple of years in the NFL. Troy Aikman, he struggled. John Elway, he struggled bad. And last but not least, Peyton Manning. Did you know that in Peyton Manning's first 5 seasons, he had over 100 interceptions? Okay. I see you, Tyus. Another reason why I'm keeping Sam Darnold is this. Who is the Jets' new head coach? Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh used to coach for the 49ers. And Robert Saleh has came out and said, him along with his camp, they have came out and said that they like Sam Darnold. That's big because Robert Saleh going to the Jets, he also brought some coaches with him from the 49ers. And if you guys don't remember, Kyle Shanahan was big on Sam Darnold, and he wanted Sam Darnold when he came out the draft. So, who's to say that Robert Saleh, along with these coaches from the 49ers, don't try to recreate that system that Kyle Shanahan had that made quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins, Case Keenum, and Baker Mayfield look so good? Because Sam Darnold has the talent. He has the arm power. He can move. He's mobile. And he's a big body. So, he's not no scrub. And I don't want I don't want to say this, but I'm not big on draft picks. I'd rather get a player. So if I'm the Jets, I'm trading that number 2 pick and give me some players, give me a whole lot of them. Because in the draft, everyone is big, everyone is strong, everyone can run fast. But the thing that I look for is IQ. Because that's something you can't teach. You can't teach intelligence. But we'll just have to wait and see because this episode is over. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I make new episodes like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I try to no later than 5, but I am a college student. Now, if you like this episode, I'm very sure that you're going to like my previous episodes. So please check them out. But if you guys can, please leave a rate and review. I really appreciate that. Now, Tyus, how do you leave a rate and review? Okay, depending on what platform you're listening to, it differs. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, make sure you scroll all the way up and it's going to say rate and review. If you're listening to this on Castbox, when you click on the podcast, it should say comments. That's how you leave a review. And if you're listening to it on Spotify, it's the same thing for how you do it on Apple Podcasts. Just scroll all the way up and then leave a rate and review. Please, guys, I really do. I really, 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 really appreciate the support that you guys have been giving me. I do. And when you guys leave reviews, rating reviews, if you want to, you can also leave me some topics that you'd like for me to discuss. Or if you also know how to talk sports, if you can, leave me some type of information, an email, a phone number, Instagram, whatever, and I would love to bring you onto the podcast. So please, 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 please leave a rating review. And now, since this episode is over, Crowd and DJ, take it away.